Hi guys, today I thought I'd show you my new turntable setup. This literally all came through the post today, and I spent about half an hour, maybe a little bit more, getting all of it set up in terms of like all the connections with the wires to the speakers into the amp, and I've listened to quite a few of my LPs and bits and pieces of vinyl already, and this is sounding absolutely awesome. So I thought I'd show you in depth the turntable I've got and the amp and briefly the speakers as well and some of the gear I'm using, just to point you in the direction of what is going on here, and you might end up getting something good yourself. So firstly I'll show you the turntable. This is made by Lenco, and the actual number is L3867 USB. That's the this is a USB turntable, as the name suggests, but I doubt I'll actually be using that feature all too much, because why bother listening to the MP3 that you rip off this when you could actually be listening to the actual vinyl record? I mean, it's so much better, in my opinion anyway. But this is quite a basic, quite an entry-level turntable, I suppose. Nothing too fancy going on here, but it works like a dream and sounds really good. The controls we've got here are an up and down switch to raise and lower the arm, as you can see. Stop button to return the arm to the rest, as you can see here. And then there's a little lever to the side, don't know if you can see that, which can clamp the arm down, so if you're transporting it, it doesn't wander, which is good. And then just over here, a speed selector for 33 and 45 RPM, which is good, so you can listen to all your 12 inches and all your singles, everything like that. And over here at the back, there's a little adapter that you can place on the platter, which is for your singles. But the singles I've got don't require that, so I'm not too bothered by that at the moment, but it's there if you need it, which is good. Around the back it's really simple, it's just power and phono, so that's quite basic. And then the amp this is running into is a Denon, as you can see, and product number down here, if you can see that, it's the PMA520AE, and this is a great amp. Before I actually got this set up, I was researching quite a bit and came across this and thought, yeah, this is pretty decent. Looked at loads of reviews and thought this would be a good place to go. So I'll show you some of the controls this has. Obviously over here just a power switch and your headphone jack. Then what I really like about this is the inclusion of the bass equalizer and the treble equalizer, which is really good. It means you can adjust it to suit the music you're listening to, and then just a balance for your speakers, and then loudness switch. Nice big volume knob here, which is cool. And then this is really good as well. This is part of the reason why I got this, because it's got loads of outputs around the back, so you can potentially have this for, as you can see, auxiliary, tuner, CD, phono. One thing I should actually mention is I've got my turntable plugged into the auxiliary, as you can see, indicated by the light. I originally plugged this into the phono and it didn't seem to work too well. It came across really, really crackly. I wasn't sure if that was the speakers at first, but the speakers are absolutely fine. There was something to do with the phono outputs they've got on here. But the auxiliary works absolutely fine, sounds incredible. I'll show you the speakers I've got. There's a pair of them here. Let me just close my laptop. They're made by Cowley. These are quite old speakers, I believe, either late 70s or early 80s, and I don't believe they're in production anymore. And these are great because, obviously coming from that time period, they're sort of more well-tuned and more like fitted for vinyl, which is exactly what I was looking for. They're very responsive on the bass and have a really nice high frequency response as well. So it's got everything you want really, and it can pump out a lot of volume. So if you can find a pair of these, or if you have an old pair or know someone that has an old pair, I'd recommend these. I actually got these off a relative of mine, so I was really, really lucky. I wasn't sure if they were going to work at first, but they did, and they're sounding great. And then the speaker wire is just very simple. It's really easy to pick up cheap on Amazon or anywhere online. Got more of it hanging about here, as you can see. But this is a great sounding setup, and it was fairly cheap as well, excluding the speakers, which I got for free. The turntable was about £70, I believe, and the amp was about 130, and considering what it can do, I'd say that's a very good price. So the whole setup came to just over £200 with like the adapters and speaker wire and stuff like that I needed to get. So for a first setup, I think that's quite a good price, and the sound that you get is just absolutely insane. I'm loving it so much. I get to listen to all my old LPs again, and I'd recommend that if you have all your old LPs still kicking about somewhere, to invest the money in a turntable and an amp and some nice speakers and treat yourself, because there's nothing quite like it. There really isn't. I'm collecting a lot more music on vinyl these days and intend to keep it that way because it just sounds amazing. So if you have any questions about my setup, have any like technical worries or issues that you think you might run into, let me know and I'll try and answer. If you yourself are a bit more in the know and would recommend some gear, let me know too. And just let me know what you think about vinyl in general. Do you think it's better than CD and MP3? Because I personally do. I expect my next video will be a follow-up to my top 10 list of the last year, and I'll show you some of the LPs and a few other releases I got that year, which will be dead good. What I'm listening to at the moment is Dream Theater Octavarium, which sounds really good on vinyl. But that's it for now. I'll post you up on some more LPs that I'll be getting in the future, and let me know what you think. I'll see you guys next time.